So today we have everything I'm not looking for. Nine, and I'm not fulfilling any of his wishes now. Nine. We're going this way. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Now he's smiling. So it's raining, that's not the problem. Suddenly he chases a rat while we're already halfway across the street. So my arm gets pulled in all directions. Rats he normally never finds interesting. Squirrels, yeah, I can convince him they are cute. He's just watching. Off leash he would be chasing them, obviously. Okay, first instance. Then second, of course, his worst trigger dog that I showed in the one raised bed garden films videos. Okay, now we have to disappear in the bushes again because the bicycle is arriving and he's already. Du bleibst hier. Komm zu mir. Nein. 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 Hey. It's not short enough. Bleibst hier. Wir warten. Nein. Nein. Thank you. So this is the short collar I need to hold him by. And once triggers stack, he's onto trigger mode now. Rico. Okay, next trigger was the worst dog he doesn't like. In the rain, of course, people don't walk far. Nein! Ey, sag mal! Okay, this can continue on. At least we don't have the relaxed flower video now, but real life situation. Depends on the energies also. It's raining, it's cooler, he's getting more active. In the heat he was more calm. He's just looking for the next moment now to act. Anyway, next situation, that worst trigger dog he hates so much. Walking also near his home. Nein, Nico. Now he's looking for the trail, sniffing of course where the dog was. Although he still saw it, I allowed him to bark from a distance. And now he's sniffing the whole trail. And then third thing, a cargo bike. Of course, rushing past as if there's no one else in this world. Und wir sehen hier Rico. So. And now they actually saw 3 bicycles, so he's just looking for the next trouble now. But I'm gonna end the walk now, because he did all his business. And not every walk has to be the same. Hey! He's got the trail in his nose still from the... You see how he's getting excited here? Man! He's just waiting. Where is he, you know? Oh, and last night, also one small dog that several dogs here don't like much was off leash. Rushing into him. Evening is anyway unfavorable because his watchfulness is heightened. I just go pee by a tree. And then that one off leash. Although the owner didn't learn a lesson, that small dog has been grabbed and shaken by a German Shepherd once, where he had to be stitched by the vet. So no learning no learning effect. And then I get angry, you know, because I think, man, this is just 2 minutes peeing in the evening. Why does it have to coincide, you know? Can't that gap of those 2 seconds, 2 minutes be just like an open window for us to have a peaceful pee? Not really. So this rainy weather activates him somehow. And of course the stacking of triggers. So now before the postman arrives and we got another reason, we go home. Tomorrow will be more rain. But those days are just alternating. Okay, that's it for today. So it seems to be the energy of the day somehow, as I often experience on our walks. If there's a certain thing in the air, whatever that is, it just stacks and stacks. So it, of course, it didn't stop on our way home to reach the apartment. What I really don't enjoy is if people treat the passages in the apartment house leading to the apartments, whether it's staircase or passages, if they treat that as if it still belongs to their own apartment, you know. So when we reached, I already saw in the entrance door someone had put his bicycle helmet. So that means either they come from the basement, out of the basement thing where bicycles can be stored, or from upstairs. So I heard voices, also a child's voice. And if I hear children in the passage, I go back out and wait until all that has passed, because it's gonna be too much. Too many people, too much chaos, unpredictable. He does wear a muzzle in the passage just so everyone feels safe, and that I can be assured also no one can be afraid or complain or anything. Nothing has ever happened, but it's just a precaution, because I also can't know who is going to be in the passage, you know, a deliverer with a big parcel, or moving people with furniture, or visitors, yeah, like with different cultures, a visitor is not a visitor, it can be the whole family sometimes, and it can be really busy. Okay, so I saw the helmet and I heard child's voice, so I went back outside. Then out comes this one visitor, neighbor, I could call it, who got his bicycle in the passage behind the entrance door, which I couldn't see. So he stands in the passage now, all described from the perspective of my dog. Someone at home, basically, the house, even with the apartment door blocking, that is definitely like an invasion to him, no? So he's protective of that, of course, the closer you get towards home. So if someone's not just walking and clearing the passage, that's an obstruction. So now he stands in the door, insecure somehow of, do I do this, do I do that? And I said, is that dad with the daughter that I heard upstairs still coming down? I don't know. But it's the same apartment he just had left. Okay, great communication once again. When he takes his helmet and says, are you able to pass now? Because there's the bicycle. I say, well, I'm outside. I don't see where the bicycle is, but if it's in the passage, obviously the passage will be obstructed. So he's not going to cycle in the staircase, he's not going to cycle in the passage. So why didn't he bring the bicycle directly outside, you know, where he's going to use it? No, he leaves it inside the main entrance door in the passage, where the letterboxes are and everything, so it's narrow. So he goes back in, brings the bicycle out. My dog watches all of that. It's more activity, more weird objects, more obstruction, more insecurity movement around the door, you know. So because it happens after all these three triggers outside. By the way, the cargo bike I couldn't see arrive, that I mentioned before, because I was picking up his poop with a poop bag. So that is always a procedure of itself. I have to look around like a thief, so he doesn't act out to something I didn't see coming while I'm picking up the poop, yeah. And this bicycle cargo thing came around, dashing the corner like I couldn't even imagine. And if you are crossing with a bicycle in a park where it's pedestrians first and bicycles second by kind of courtesy order, no one sticks to it anyway, but it's just wild. It's not like I was walking with my dog on a highway or something and then complaining about fast cars, you know. It's like, it's a pedestrian passage in parks. Okay. Okay, so now back to the door entrance. He gets the bike out finally, and then we can pass. So I created a good distance. My dog was able to watch. also observe and witness and got not reactive again, but that's how I have to navigate, I hear the children, okay, I better get back out. Then I try to communicate with the person that shows up. He's not even sure whether the people that he just said goodbye to are also coming out. So thanks for the info, basically. Then the bicycle blocking the passage, asking me whether I can pass while I can't even see where it is from outside. So it's like, even if it wasn't me with the dog, if everyone did that, people with walkers, with a pram, with whatever instruments, devices, gadgets, whatever you call it, just imagine what the door and the passage would look like, and it sometimes does. And then it's not only courtesy to each other or obstruction, but also it's actually against the rules, not just because it's rules, but because rescue people like fire brigade and rescue people, ambulance, would have to pass with a carrying thing, and they can't cut their way through the jungle first, So people are not, you are not very good today. But that's okay, today is another day. So that was the scenario, and if it piles up like that, it also is important that I am able to handle it, and then the walk can be sometimes shorter, and longer other days when it flows, because you can pick any time. It could be, why don't you use another time where the busy hours are over? It's not that. It's some kind of a natural chaos law of different order I haven't figured out yet, where sometimes everything can just stack up in a moment, and afterwards and before everything's quiet, and it doesn't matter how I switch the times around. It's a challenge I'm presented with, and other days it flows. And yes, the challenges are there, but we can flow around it. And today, there was no way I could have avoided any of those. So that's a bit frustrating, but shows you the variety mix. That's not all flowers and butterflies. When you might have thought, what, reactive dog? The channel is so peaceful and quiet with flowers and beautiful scenery and water and no viewers. So that is a quietness also. But no, this was real life episode today, and it'll be different tomorrow again.